Welcome back to Power Warriors 4. Today is probably like the last look at the DLC, or being the main focus of the videos anyway. At least until we get the new characters unlocked. But overall, I've been pretty happy with this DLC. The only thing I'm mainly disappointed with is, I don't know if anyone saw my comment in my other video, but they're selling the extra missions as not included with the character pass, which I think is really sad to do because the missions themselves are very basic and basically just reskins of maps that we already have and like character models we mostly still have. So like it's basically just a rehash of what's already in the game and not like any real new challenge. So I'm pretty disappointed with those, and I'm mad they're kind of sold separately. So I'm probably not going to be able to buy them in a hurry. So I can't give my full opinions on those, but what I've seen so far is like it wasn't for me, and like I'll probably end up getting them if it goes on sale or something, or if I have some extra cash on my PlayStation account, so I might pick those up at some point, but probably won't have a video just focusing on those. But the actual DLC characters themselves are all really fucking fun, and Luffy, who I said in one of my last videos is probably my least favorite, and that's not because he's not fun. I think Gear 5 plays extremely well, and I like how it has a giant form, and in like one of the combo structures, it all feels very nice and fluid, and it fits within the actual game structure of Pirate Warriors 4. Very nice. The only disappointing thing is base Luffy, before you go into Gear 5, is basically just the normal combos with some red lightning around it. He does get 2 new base combo moves, so that I'm happy about. And that's why I'm not like disappointed with the DLC, because even though he does have some reskin and reused moves, overall, the most of the time you're going to be playing in Gear 5 anyway, so it's like, doesn't really matter. And when you are in here, you throw out 2 awesome looking moves, and then you get back into Gear 5th, basically. So overall, pretty damn happy with how Luffy plays. And he's basically my new default Luffy. And he's very strong, he looks good, he plays good. Basically everything you wanted from a Gear 5, I got from it. And then the next character we'll be looking at is Yamato, who I think it's really hard for me to pick my favorite between Yamato and Kaido, because I like them for different reasons. I think some of Yamato's moves and stuff I like visually a bit more, but I think Kaido's combos feel a lot nicer. The way he transitions between his hybrid form and his full Zoan form feels very nice, and it's disappointing we don't have a full like transformation for Yamato. Like I wish when we went in this form here, her half beast, half man form, or whatever, I forget what the actual name of it is, just hybrid. But when she's in this form, I wish she had like her ground combos were her as like the dog form or the fox, whatever it is, and then her air combos were her as it like this form, or a mix of between, and like she goes in between the forms. I think then she would have been a perfect character. But all of her moves do look fantastic, and she feels very strong. Honestly, all of the DLC characters feel very strong, but that was the case with the first DLC. But she also has a great taunt. I don't know if I showed off. I think I edited it out of because it was in a weird place. But her mask she puts on for her taunt, and I absolutely love it. It reminds me of how they did Okiku, and how she would put her mask on, and it looked really good. So really, really happy with like this move right here is awesome, and it I think later on in the Yamato footage I get a clip of where it doesn't do like the animation and it shows you it from afar. Also, that happened where I put down her ice block move and I got hit away before I broke it. Oh, you can see her mask there too for a second. But I put that ice block down and then I got hit away. If it still hits there, and you can go back and hit it and then launch the ice away, even if you get hit away from the attack, which I found was really cool. It might be a bug, but anyways, it's cool. Right here, the camera doesn't fully track, and then you can actually like feel the motion of the dragon. Or snake, I guess. But overall, feels fantastic, and I guess this character will probably depend more how you feel about Yamato. Yamato was one of my favorite Wano side characters. I liked all of the Wano side characters a lot, actually. I think Wano some people were not very happy with the 9 Scabbards and stuff, but I was happy with pretty much fucking everyone, and a lot of my like favorite side characters in the series, all are like Wano characters. I think that arc did the best. But we'll get back into Kaido now, because I think I haven't paid attention to a lot of people's opinion, but what I was hearing for a little bit, that Kaido this one's very popular and like a lot of people's favorite of the DLC, which I can definitely see. He has some nice looking moves. He plays really good. He's a speed type, which I find is a bit strange for Kaido, but I mean it does where he has a super like speed blitz most characters in the series probably. But he's really damn fun to play, and as I was talking about earlier, how like he can transition between his hybrid form and his dragon form like that. And his combos all look really nice, and it doesn't feel like slow. Like a lot of the times, especially it's a problem that Pirate Warriors fixed from 3. Is a lot of the characters don't feel slow, even when they have like big sluggish moves. Pirate Warriors 4 just flows really fast, and like all the moves go together really good. And this Kaido excels at it, and his moves look fantastic. His actual combo structure, almost every one of every hit feels satisfying and feels good. And he has a lot of AoE damage, like he can do clear maps very well. Most of his attacks send out large shockwaves and stuff like that. His supers are like really good. And his damage feels almost like how when you're playing I forget who I was thinking of. The Odin DLC. Odin feels very strong, and this Kaido feels very similar to that, where he just like tears through bosses, enemies, basically everything. And I don't even have very ideal like skill setup. I have a very generic build that I use for like most characters. So Kaido, very good, and I think possibly one of the best characters this DLC. I think he might be my favorite. Going back over and talking about it and going through all the characters in a row like this and seeing the footage like this, I think he is my favorite overall. But I'm extremely happy with every character this pass, and I think if you really love the game and you like play the missions back to back, like just like you want to play as characters, it feels good. But it's probably not worth it if you're already beating everything in the game and you don't plan to like really go back and play it more. Because this DLC doesn't offer much replayability of the game, just new characters. Not everything is exactly how I wanted it, but I am very happy overall with this DLC. But that'll be all for this video, so peace!